I was like in a mood and I was like, oh, I don't wanna keep doing this. And so I turned on some Hosier, and I listened to Francesca, which was a mistake because I don't know if it made me feel better or worse about being productive. Do with that what you will.
Hi there, I'm Art by LGO. Thank you for joining me. If you've returned, welcome back. And if you're joining us for the first time, I'm happy to have you here. Today, I'm going to be walking you through how I made some lovely holiday-themed fairy houses, a la The Creative Mom on YouTube. I highly recommend you visit her channel for all things fairy houses, miniatures, and generally adorable art. It is brilliant. And without further ado, let's get started. These sculptures are going to be made primarily out of a recycled bottle and different pieces of cardboard or bookboard. These cardboard pieces are cut into the shapes for the base, the mushroom tops, the windows, the door, the stairwell, and of course, a couple little gables to go over the windows.
I'm just gonna trust that this is going to work the way I want it to, which is usually a bad idea, I'll admit, but sometimes it's not a wholly bad idea. Every once in a while, I make good decisions. It's not often, but it's been known to happen. Good. Keep trying, please and thank you.
Okay, so we have stairs, we have our power. Now, door. Gonna go at the top of the stairs, just like this. Then, I'm thinking like above here might be a cute little place for like a windowsill, so I think a window's gonna go here. So I'm gonna grab one of my smaller windows and bend him into shape. Now, I'm gonna cover up. Should I cover the stairs? I'm gonna think on that. I'm not sure what I should do with this part of the stairs because I could make it a flat wall, or I could give it like a floating stair effect, if that makes sense. You know what? On the second one, I'm gonna do floating stairs. On this one, I'm gonna make it a flat wall of stairs because I also don't love what we have going on here. So to do that, I'm just gonna take some scrap that I have and line it up along the edge of this into place, and then take a pencil, writing utensil of some sort. How do I not have a writing utensil? I'll be right back. I found a pencil. Go in between the stairwells. So now we just cut that out. Glue it into place around these stairs. Start gluing and just kind of see where it takes me, because that's how we do things here. Perfect. So now we have a stairwell that is solid. Next things next. I want to figure out where I'm going to put the lights before I start building this in my paper clay. Most of them are going to go inside of the structure, but some of them, because this is the Christmas themed one, some of them are going to be little Christmas light decoration things on the outside of the house. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, keep stuffing it. And then I think I'm gonna leave, how many lights do I want? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna put 7 in, and then call that a day, and leave these lights out to mess with later. And these ones will be the ones that actually like light up the house from the inside. Finishing up this one,
And this will be a little mushroom roof thing we've got going on. I want to add, in this empty spot here, I want to add a tree climbing up, and I'm using these twisted branch pieces for that. I'm gonna get the tree in here, and so I'm thinking like we go like that. Yeah, okay. And then also I can hide the hinges of the box with the tree. Okay, okay. Now we've got all this happening. I want the lights to be around the base. Nice. And that way also when we turn our lights on, now there's lights around the top as well. Part 2.
The steps to build the fall house will be much the same as the winter house, except of course for the rounded windows and doors and the floating staircase instead of a solid staircase. Other than that, the application of the electronics and the different pieces were much the same.
And I want to put a chimney on it. But I need some supports. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out some little rectangle doodads.
After adding the chimney, I also went ahead and added a tree to this house as well. Then it was time to prepare our paper clay. Paper clay is made by cutting up paper or blending paper into a pulp or lots and lots of little pieces. I do not have a blender for crafts, so I cut them. Then you add water to saturate, let it sit overnight, and add glue.
Moving on to paper clay. Got some Tupperware full of the stuff. And it is a sticky mess. It's kind of gross. So I'm going to take the sweater off because I'm going to work my way bottom to top, covering the floor in the paper clay. I'm going to go ahead and build this mushroom on top. So the point of this one is it's going to be like the roof, the very roof of this is a mushroom. Take a big old chunk of paper clay and put it up here and start molding it. So I'm just been trying to get as much of this covered in the sludge as possible. And I realized while doing this that, oh my goodness, it is hard to operate a camera when your hands are covered in cold, wet sludge. Not an amazing feeling. On to the next one. Starting off at the top of this one. This one doesn't have like a big ol' mushroom topper on it like the other one. This one just has a little baby mushroom guy on top of it. Just gonna start at the top and build from there.
I then worked my way top to bottom with the paper clay, just like I did with the winter themed one. Then I took some scrap pieces of cardboard and I made some small mushrooms to go around the houses, as well as some tiny mushrooms just made out of paper clay to act as a sort of floating mushrooms around the house. I applied these tiny mushrooms to the houses just by hot gluing them on wherever I felt they needed to go, in some particularly empty spots. When painting the winter one, I wanted to make sure that I started with a black base and that I started with a brown base for the fall one. Once the bases of the houses are painted, I go ahead and start washing it with a dark gray. And yes, your eyes do not deceive you, I accidentally used glitter paint for this. I have no regrets. Then I go ahead and I go lighter and lighter with the grays as I'm painting to give it a stony, rocky effect. Last but not least, going on with a very almost white gray, just on the lightest areas of the houses. Then, on the winter house, I paint all the doors, windows, tree branches, and the bottoms of the mushrooms brown. Later going in with a darker brown to make sure that there's a little bit of texture along all of the wood. I do the same with a darker brown to the fall house as well, going in on all the doors, windows, and trees. I then start adding color to the mushrooms. I'm doing red mushrooms for the winter house and orange mushrooms for the fall house. Then, on top of the mushrooms, I do white spots for the winter house and yellow spots for the fall house. I'm then going in with a toothbrush and splattering some white on the winter house and some yellow on the fall house to give the stone a little extra texture, as well as doing the same to the trees. For a last little bit of miniature cuteness, I add stones around the base of the fall house, and around the base and the tops of the winter house, I use some cotton batting to make snow. And once the finishing touches are complete, it's time for the reveal. I am absolutely in love with these houses, and I'm so happy they light up. I plan to give them to my nieces as Christmas presents so that they can have some fun little night lights. I hope you enjoyed this video. I plan on doing a monthly video in the coming year, and I've got lots more surprises planned for all my followers. I'm LGO. I go by Art by LGO on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Patreon, and I also have a Venmo if you would like to donate to future projects, because I am in fact a broke college student. Speaking of, I'm at my parents' house right now, so that's why things look a little different. I'm home for the holidays. And on that note, thank you for watching. I hope you have a lovely holiday season and have a great day. Bye. That would help with the sound quality, wouldn't it? Do I know what I'm doing with filming and things? No. But you know what? We're trying, and that's the important part. Warning. No more warning. You have a lovely holiday.